Good morning, everyone. This is Jamar Johnson, and you are tuning into 365 Reading that is hosted by the American Literacy Corporation and Mr. Floyd Stokes, where we have started on October the 1st, 2020, and we will convene ending that on September the 30th, 2021. And we are so excited because, as always, we have another great reader on today and she's going to share with us. She is no stranger. She has done this before. So I'm going to ask, even if you have your Facebook Live, to go ahead. You can share it, like it. Parents, administrator, teachers, gather around your devices and listen in because we're going to have a awesome time. So please, we have Una Martone. She is coming on at this time. And she's going to be our reader for today. So please, I'm going to ask if everybody can please mute your video. Those that are online, if you can turn your video off, that's tuning in with us. If you can turn your videos off so we can tune into Una and she can be the focal of this time. I know we have Tom, so I'm just going to ask Tom if you can turn your video off, and I'm going to turn mine off so that we can have Una come on at this time. So Una, it's all yours, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much. So I'm really happy to be here with you all today and share a little story that I thought was pretty cool. It's called What If We Were All the Same? And the reason I picked this is because a long time ago, when I was just out of college, I had a job when I was doing puppet shows in classrooms. And one of the puppet shows that I did was called What If Everybody Was Purple? And it stuck with me all these years. I wore my purple shirt in memory of that program that I did all those years ago, What If Everybody Was Purple? And this one is kind of along the same lines, talking about how different we are and celebrating the differences that we all have. This book is written by a woman named C.M. Harris. And after I share the story, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about C.M. Harris because she's a pretty awesome person herself. And I just want to give her a little bit of a shout out at the end. She gives a dedication in the beginning. And what that means is the author wants to make a special note to somebody. They want to share publicly a note of appreciation with somebody who's special in their life. And I want to share the author's note. It says, "This book is dedicated to all the children who have ever felt ashamed or embarrassed for the beautiful differences that make you, you. Never be afraid of who you are." And she says, "Thank you to my amazing parents who allowed me to be me and loved me unconditionally." So this book is dedicated to all the children out there who have ever felt a little bit different or a little bit uncomfortable. And she starts the book, it says, "What if everything were exactly the same? Our houses, our cars, and even the stars. What if our food were all the same? No meats, no sweets, just beets." I wouldn't want to eat just beets all the time. Animals aren't all the same, giving them each quite a unique name. Some are big and some are small, and some have feathers, no fur at all. Some have 2 legs, 4 legs, or none, but their differences help make the world more fun. I love these animals. I think this is an iguana when she's talking about the animals that have no fur. And of course, some animals have feathers like this bird and this bird. And she's got a frog down there, a crab, even a little tiny snail, and a huge hippopotamus. All their differences help make the world more fun. People come in different shapes and sizes. That's what makes us all full of so many surprises. We can have short hair, long hair, or no hair at all. Some could be really short, while others are very tall. We can be friends with all types of people and see all the amazing things each of us brings. Everyone is unique in more ways than one, and that's what makes everything fun. Different is good, different is exciting. Anything else would be uninviting. We come in different lengths. We also have different abilities and strengths. Some take a hike and like to bike, that's me, while some can't use their legs and use a walking aid. They can still play and new friends can be made. This person right here is using a walking aid in a wheelchair. This person is also using a wheelchair to get around, and this person is using wheels too, but on a bicycle. Even though we may have different hair, eyes, and skin, we can all be friends and change how things have been. Wouldn't you love to have a group of friends that looked like this? I would. Different can be wonderful and quite colorful. Different is certainly beautiful. Anything else would be unsuitable. I like how she has the dog at the picnic too. If we were all the same, do you think it would be lame? You may be different from those around you, but remember this fact is simple and true. These ones are all the same. Your beautiful face can't be replaced, and all our differences should be embraced. What are some amazing differences that can be found in you? That's the end of the story. And I told you I would share something about the author. Her name is Charity Michelle Harris, and she spent her life very young feeling that she was different. She was diagnosed with a disease, and it made it difficult for her to do things. Her classmates noticed that she walked differently than the other kids, and they noticed that she was uh, skinny, is what they called her, and they used the word crippled, which hurt her feelings a lot. She didn't like that word, and she did her best to get along with everybody despite the people who called her names and bullied her. And eventually she made a lot of friends, and she said the friends helped her. If her backpack was too heavy, the boys would carry the books for her, and if she stumbled or fell while she was walking, her girlfriends would help pick her up, and when her hands were too tired, her friends would open her snacks for her at school. And so she really felt that telling other children that it's okay to be different was an important message. And I thought so too. And that's why I wanted to share this story with you. And if you feel different, it's okay because everybody is different. Thank you.
Wow, love that book so much. I have to say that it definitely had a great message. I love the story of the author as well because it tells you that even though we're all different, we still are all uniquely designed. And I think that's an awesome thing, but we all can get together and we're glad that, we're not necessarily all on the same line. So I'm excited that you shared that book. What made you actually share that book? Was it that drew you into that particular story?
So the title first, because what if we were all the same? Like I said in the beginning, it reminded me of a program I used to do called What If Everybody Were Purple? And it was the same idea. Like if everybody was the same and it was the same thing every day and there was no variety, life would be kind of dull and kind of boring. And so I really liked the thought about appreciating differences. So instead of worrying about our differences and feeling bad or feeling ashamed or feeling self-conscious, why don't we just appreciate our differences and say, I like that I have curly hair, and I'm okay that my teeth are crooked. And, I want to be friends with people who look different than me. I even want to be friends with people who think different than me so that I can learn from them. I want to know about them. I'm curious about people. When someone comes from a very different place than where I came from, I want to know about that place. It sounds so interesting to me, and I want to know their story. And it's just a sense of curiosity about people that can help us appreciate those differences instead of, like she said in the book, instead of judging or bullying people because they're different. We're all different.
That is so true. I love that story, and I love the fact that you said that we are definitely different. But even though we're different, we still can all get together, and that's the one thing I love about our world. We all come from different backgrounds, different unique experiences, but we all are different, and we can all definitely get together. So thank you for sharing that, Una. On today, I'm going to ask you to hold tight because we have another surprise, actually, to me. Reader today. We have none other than Mr. Tom Differbatch. He is definitely on here on today, and he's going to come with us on today, and he is going to read a book. And definitely, he's no stranger to us at all. He's definitely done this before. So, Tom, thank you for joining us today.
Okay. You know that I come every other Friday with Bella from China. And
Yes.
right now, because our clocks changed, it's after midnight in China. So Bella is asleep, but she and I will be recording our sessions in the future, and you'll still see Bella. Today, my wife Marcia is with me, and
Hey, Marcia.
Hi.
we're going to be reading, and we're ready to go.
And we have Mango. Do you all see Mango?
All right. They have mango. Well, I'm gonna let you have this time, and I'm gonna let you take it away. So you
Okay.
right ahead at this time. Not a problem.
Okay. First of all, when you're with Bella, you're going round the world. And the next time we're together, we're going to have two girls from a country called Pakistan. And that's over in this part of the world. And we're going to have some people from the country of Liberia after that. And then more countries and more people, because when you're with Bella, you're going round the world. So here's the first story today. If you recall, the last two Fridays, we have read stories about mouse deer. And like, is mouse deer real? Well, we learned the first time we read a story about mouse deer that there really is a little animal called a mouse deer. And the reason it's called that is that it's close to the size of a mouse, but it has legs like a deer and it runs like a deer, but it has a head like a mouse. And it's for real. And this is a made up story. So here we go. In our last story, Mouse Deer meets his most dangerous enemy of all. Can you guess who it is? Cobra? No,
Lion?
no,
Tyrannosaur?
no. This one is called
Mouse deer.
and farmer. So I'll be the voice of the farmer too.
Huh?
Mouse deer loved to eat the fruits and roots and shoots of the forest, but he loved something else even more.
He loved the vegetables in Farmer's garden. One day, Mouse deer went to the edge of the forest.
He looked out at row after row of vegetables.
Juicy cucumbers, yummy yams.
He started into the garden.
Snap. Oh,
His leg was caught in a snare. That's a trap.
Mouse Deer pulled and pulled.
But he could not get away.
Oh no, Farmer will have me for dinner.
Then he saw Farmer coming. Mouse Deer thought fast.
He lay on the ground and made his body stiff, so he pretended he was dead.
Well, well, said Farmer. Look what I caught, a mouse deer. But he looks dead.
Farmer pushed him with his foot.
Mouse Deer didn't move. Maybe he's been dead a long time. Too bad, I guess we can't eat him. He pulled Mouse Deer's leg out of the snare, the trap. Then he tossed Mouse Deer back into the forest.
Mouse Deer landed with a soft plop. Then he jumped up and ran away.
The farmer said, "Hey, you tricked me."
But Mouse Deer laughed. Farmer is smart, but Mouse Deer is smarter.
A few days passed. Mouse Deer kept thinking about all those vegetables.
One day he went back to the edge of the forest. Tasty gourds, sumptuous sweet potatoes. Then he saw something new.
It looked like a man, but its head was a coconut and its body was rubber.
A scarecrow. That silly farmer. Does he think he can scare me with that? I'll show him how scared I am.
Mouse Deer marched up to the scarecrow. He gave it a big kick.
Take this. But his legs stuck to the scarecrow. The scarecrow was covered with sticky sap from a rubber tree. Let me go. He pulled and he pulled, then he pushed with his other front leg. Oh,
But that leg stuck too.
turn me loose. Oh.
Mouse Deer pulled and he pulled. Then he pushed with his two back legs.
Ooh, that's stuck too. Put me down. He pulled and he pushed and he pulled and he pushed.
But Mouse Deer was trapped. Then he saw Farmer. Mouse Deer thought fast.
But he didn't have any ideas.
Farmer said, well, nice of you to come back.
He pulled Mouse Deer off the scarecrow and carried him to the house.
He put him outside in an empty chicken coop.
I'll keep you here till tomorrow. Then tomorrow you'll be our dinner.
All that night, Mouse Deer couldn't sleep. He didn't want to be dinner.
When the sun rose, Mouse Deer just lay there sadly. Then he heard something.
It was the dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. Well, it's Mouse Deer.
Ooh,
So Farmer caught you at last. It serves you right.
it was Farmer's dog.
Mouse Deer thought fast.
What do you mean, dog? Farmer didn't catch me.
Dog said, ruff, ruff, ruff. Then why are you in the coop?
Because there aren't enough beds in the house. You see, Farmer is holding a feast tomorrow, like Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be the guest of honor.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Guest of honor. That's not fair. I've been his loyal friend for years, and you're just a thief. The guest of honor should be me.
You know, dog, you're right. Why don't you take my place? When Farmer sees you in here, he'll make you the guest of honor instead of me.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Really? You don't mind?
Not at all. You deserve it.
Dog said, Mouse Deer, you're not so bad after all. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Thank you. The dog lifted the latch and opened the door.
And Mouse Deer said, "You're welcome, dog. Enjoy the feast." Mouse Deer ran for the forest. Then he watched from the forest edge. He saw Farmer come out and stare at Dog.
Then he heard Farmer yell, "You stupid dog, you let the mouse deer get away." Mouse deer laughed.
Farmer will have to find a different dinner now. Then he went off singing his song. I'm quick and smart as I can be. Try and try, you can't catch me.
And that's the story of Mouse Deer. And now we want to read a story by a person some of you might have heard of. It's a great basketball player, and his name is LeBron James. Some say he's the best basketball player in the world, and many agree with that. So he wrote a book called I Promise, and Marcia and I will now read this book. And you know, Bella's already read it, so I think you're going to like it too. I promise to work harder and do what's right.
To be a leader in this game of life.
Wow, look at all the nice children. I promise to go to school and read as much as I can.
To follow the rules and respect the game plan.
I promise to run full court, that's like in basketball, and show up each time.
To get right back up and let my magic shine.
I promise to be open and try new things.
And enjoy the happy that change can bring.
Yeah, we're not afraid of things changing and getting better. I promise to wear a big smile and use kindness when I speak.
To remain strong yet humble with every win and defeat.
Yeah, when we win, we don't brag. And if we don't win, we try to do better next time. I promise to ask for help whenever I need it.
To reach for my star even when I can't see it.
I promise to ask questions and find answers.
To believe in next time and second chances.
I promise to use my voice and stand up for what's right.
And when things get tough, I keep up the fight.
I promise to stand tall, rise up, and give all that I've got.
To throw the alley-oop and uplift others on the spot.
I promise to respect my elders, the older people, and peers, people your own age. I promise to respect my elders and peers the same.
To leave new places better than when I came.
I promise to stay true, keep my head up, and never give up, no matter what.
I promise to dream big and love bigger, to be a team player and a winner.
I promise to cross bridges and break down walls.
To rise with the sun and learn from the falls.
I promise to be courageous, to be free, to strive for greatness.
I promise to be me. Just like we learned in the other book that you have to be, each person is their own person. They're all different and they're all good. I promise
To go to school,
to do all of my homework,
to listen to my teachers because they will help me learn,
to ask questions and find answers,
to never give up no matter what,
to always try my best,
to be helpful and respectful to others.
to live a healthy life by eating right and being active. Like Mouse Deer, he wanted to eat all the vegetables.
That's good. That's right, Marcia. To make good choices for myself.
But most of all, to have fun.
And above all else, to finish school.
Strive for greatness.
And that's
We are family.
We are family, and we're together today.
Thank you, Tom and Marcia, and Bella as well. I know she's not here, but she's here with us in spirit today.
That's right.
And Una, I wanted to ask you, Tom, what made you choose the story about Mouse Deer, which I thought was very interesting because I remember seeing, okay, so I really am not fond to rodents. So I remember seeing, I think on it was something on TV, and I thought it was the most interesting creature when I seen it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I never seen a animal like this. So can you explain what made you choose Mouse Deer, the story about Mouse Deer and all his interesting experiences that he had in the story?
Well, it's one of 16 folk tales, and we'll read many of them in the coming year when we're with you. And it is a folk tale from Southeast Asia. And we're going to read folk tales from many different countries. And then the story by LeBron James today is from the United States. Now, why did we pick Mouse Deer? Well, when you see the real picture of Mouse Deer, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. You're not going to be afraid of Mouse Deer. You'll want to kind of hold him and hug him.
Well, I'm going to let you speak for yourself on that one because that's but maybe somebody out there watching, I know we have a lot of different ones that may like to hold them. Listen, this is an interesting folktale, and I love that story. And I also love the story LeBron James, which is actually in my personal library as well. So it correlates with Una's story about being different. And the one thing is that I love is that it said, I promise to never give up. And I think that with everybody that's different in the world, we can let people know, never give up on your hopes, your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. So I am so grateful that both Tom and Marcia and Una on today joined us with some awesome books that we were able to listen to. And I'm going to ask everybody that's listening, listen, play this back. You may be able to listen to this before a bedtime story, or even in your free time if you're wanting to listen to something. They shared some awesome books, and I believe you can even pick some of these books up in your local bookstore. So please, parents, administrators, look at the books, the names, look at the recording, and we want you to join us again on tomorrow. We'll be right back here for 365 reading. As we know, we are going all the way up until September 30th, 2021. So I'm sure we're going to see Una again, and I know we'll see Tom and Marcia again, along with Bella as well. So
Right. When
please,
you're with Bella, you're going round the world.
yes, and understand that Bella is around the world. And this is the good thing about 365 reading. We have people from all over that are sharing great books with you. So I think that's such a cool and awesome thing. So again, thank you so much, Tom and Marcia. Thank you, Una.
See
And
you,
we
everybody, in
definitely
2 weeks.
see everybody on tomorrow, and we'll join with you. So again, thank you so much, everybody,
Thank
for joining
you.
for 365 reading.
Happy
Thanks so
reading.
much. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Yes.